y'all? It's the Lab Tech Show. Welcome to the Lab Tech Show. It is Wednesday, November 1st, 61 days before we go into the new year of 2024. How y'all doing? We are live. I got Revis here. What's up, Revis?
What's going on, fam?
Man, I'm all right, man. Let me see. I think I got it. Not sure if I do, but we're going to see. We got a minute left. I'm going to go ahead and start recording the show. And I got a poll, and that's a partial poll that's on YouTube, right? That's a partial poll. But I have a full poll over here, and I'm going to see if I can get it to come up on the screen, if it will do it. Okay. Help me out. 41 seconds before we go live, and I cannot get this thing to record. Come on. Come on. There we go. We're going to get it right eventually. There, we're recording now. 22 seconds. We got a poll. Let's see if I can get that up on the screen. Where did it go? The poll was here. It is gone. Oh, man. All right. Well, we'll get it once we get started, y'all. I promise. See you on the other side, y'all. We live. What's going on, everybody? It is Tallboy. It is the Lab Tech Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully everybody is well. They're enjoying their week. And all I can just say is I appreciate you guys for coming out and hanging out with us. And that's pretty much it. I'm trying to get this song to end, but I think we'll get it. There we go. And just once again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Sheila Baker's in the building. What's happening, Sheila? It's a good evening, family. Hey, tall boy. Yeah, we're here. So if you could, I have a poll, and wanted to see if you could let us know in the comments real quick, what do you think of this? You can only choose one, and you get to have it free for a year, okay? You get to only choose one. So on your phone, type 1 for YouTube TV, 2 for Netflix, 3 for Hulu, 4 for Disney Plus, 5 Apple TV, 6 Peacock, or 7 Paramount. All right, you can only choose one to have free for a year. We're always talking about how all of this stuff is always going up and all the pricing is going up. So if you could just get it for free for 1 year, which one would you choose? 1 through 7 on your phone. Just let us know which one you think, and we'll figure it all out before it's all said and done with. All right. Sheila Baker was like, hey, I need that too. I need it. So I understand, Sheila, if you like Netflix. But let me tell you, don't sleep on YouTube TV. All right. That's all I can say. Do not sleep on YouTube TV, because you could literally share your passwords, or excuse me, not share your passwords. You can have family accounts, okay? So just giving you a heads up. You can have a family account on YouTube TV, and you can share with up to 6 people. So that way you're paying one price and 6 people all get that, all right? So I'm not telling you which way to go, but you might want to lean towards something that's where more people can take advantage and they can all split the bill. I'm just saying. All right, my name is Corey Sanders. I go by the name of Tallboy, and we're here to simplify technology in a language that you understand. It's pretty simple. All I ask is, will you please share the show? If you like the content, share it with somebody. If you think you know somebody that doesn't understand technology, we're just here to find 4 stories that we think that you might find interesting, something that might relate to you, may relate to somebody that's in your circle or somebody that you know that might need to know the information. So will you share the content? That's all I'm asking. Let people know what's going on, and that's pretty much it. Just share. The articles are already in the description, so all you have to do is follow along. Just click the link, and then if you want to come back to it, you're more than welcome. And then bring your adult beverage, whatever that beverage may be. Minute Maid, I need you guys. I think Minute Maid is a Pepsi product. So Pepsi, what's up, man? Like we give you free placement. I'm just saying. All right, once again, our poll, don't forget, our poll is here, and I would like to know what you think. You can only choose one, and you get to have it free for a year, okay? You get to have it free for a year. 1 through 7, is it YouTube TV? 2, Netflix. 3, Hulu. 4, Disney Plus. 5, Apple TV. 6, Peacock. Or 7, Paramount. All right, so you get to have one for free for the whole year. That's it. Which one would you choose? And right now it looks like everybody's saying Netflix. All right, I'm not mad at it. I'm not judging. Just it is what it is. All right. We got our guy Revis. He's here. We got to tap in and see where he's at. All right. So let's see. Where is Revis? He's somewhere in the United States, from LA to New York. Where are you, Revis? Don't forget to honk the horn. Revis, what's happening?
Nothing much, fam. How's it going?
Man, the week was actually interesting, man. It really was. I really don't have any complaints. You got to tell us, where you're rolling. Where have you decided to park the truck at for the evening?
I am in Waterloo, Iowa.
Okay, Waterloo, Iowa. I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. Do you know anything about Waterloo, Iowa?
Waterloo, Iowa. This is the home of John Deere.
Oh, that's the tractor.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'm with you. Okay, now is it snowing up that way? Because I know we having there's a lot of cold weather hitting the Midwest.
It's not snowing, but I tell you what, it's cold enough to snow.
He said it's cold enough to snow.
Ow.
All right, man. We got a very interesting word today, and what I mean by that is our word of the day is fuliginous. Fuliginous? Did I say it right?
It's fuliginous.
Fuliginous. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, fuliginous. Yes.
Fuliginous. All right, so that's a big word. I've never heard of this word. I'm going to give you the definition. I'm going to give you a couple sentences, and we're going to see how you break it down, all right?
Okay.
Fuliginous is a formal adjective that is synonymous with sooty. It describes things related to, containing, or producing soot. It can also describe things that are figuratively sooty, that is dark or musky, as in fuliginous soil, as well as things that are dark or sooty in color, from crystals and insects to the plumage of some bird species. All right, now they're saying in a stringent environment, regulations eventually helped the city rid itself of the fuliginous haze that had plagued its citizens for decades. And then the second sentence says, the infamous journalist has a fuliginous prose style that's not exactly ideal for the general audience. Now that's a lot, because first off, I don't know what suit or sooty is. You want to break all of that down, man, and give us fuliginous.
It's actually soot. It's not sooty, it's soot. And it's funny that this word pops up this week. because last week on I-55 down close to New Orleans, they had 158 vehicle pileup.
Mm.
And the pileup was because it was pretty city down there. It was fuliginous. It had to do with a little smoke and fog. And the two together made a whole bunch of soot, and you couldn't see in front of you. It was really murky.
Oh.
So fuliginous has to do with soot that's in the air. And how does it relate to trucking? If you ever went or noticed when you went to the gas station, there are signs that says they have DEF, DEF. Now, DEF is something that we use in the truck because the trucks create soot. And the DEF is called diesel exhaust fluid. And what it does, it actually breaks down the soot and make it where you can actually breathe and it don't harm the environment.
Okay.
So does that make sense to you?
So it's this dark, cloudy substance is what you're saying?
Yeah. And it really messes up a truck.
Okay.
The truck automatically makes that right there. And it has to deal with the emissions.
Okay. So, like, how would we actually use this word? I guess only if we're on the road and we're driving is what you're saying. And we see some dark, cloudy substance fogging up the streets because of smoke or because of mud or something like that. That's the only way that we would use the word fuliginous?
That's the way that I know how to use it. But then again, I am also a fisherman. So when I go fishing, and if the water is really murky, that means it's fuliginous. So therefore, you can't see through the water because it's too dark.
Okay. So if the water is dark, then it could be possibly fuliginous.
Exactly. And, you know, when you talk about Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, and Florida, you know, the alligators actually live in that fuliginous water. That's dark and murky that you can't see through.
Okay. Sheila Baker says it's also what's in a chimney. Okay. I like that one. I like that. Okay. All right. Well,
that is the soot. When you burn that wood, and when you burn charcoal, that little stuff that comes off, that black stuff that comes off, that's soot. That's fuliginous.
Okay. I got you. Fuliginous. Okay, I got it. All right. Well, how did Revis do on the word of the day? 1, he knocked it out the park. I'm proud of him. 2, I'm hoping he gets an easier one next time. 3, what kind of breakdown was that? Or 4, this is a tough one. Never heard of this one, nor would I use. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me know in the comments. How did Revis do on the word of the day? Now, anything else you want to add, Revis? I mean, we got 61 days before the end of the year. And while we're waiting on people to tap in and let us know how you did, is there anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, you know, we coming up on the end of the year. Christmas time is coming around. And when you think of Christmas, you got to think of, you know, you got to get people gifts or what have you. So I want you all to remember that Tall Boy has merch. Shop.tallboy.us.
Okay. You weren't being extraneous this week. I appreciate that.
Ow.
All right. Well,
And
it looks like we got a
there's
tie
nothing
right
murky
now.
about that.
It was what?
There's nothing murky about that.
I understand. Well, it looks like we got a tie right now. They're saying he knocked it out of the park. I'm proud of him. And then someone else says, I'm hoping he gets an easier one next time. So I got a 1 and a 2, and I'm just trying to see who's going to break the tie. Oh, what says he knocked it out the park? I'm proud of him. Okay. Well, look at Revis out there killing the game out here. I'm not mad at you, man. You did it. Fuliginous was our word of the day, and they said you knocked it out of the park. Man, Revis, what they say, come on, man. All right, Revis, we're going to tap out with you, and we're going to see you possibly next week, all right?
Okay.
All right. You guys be good. Be safe on that road, okay?
All right. Thanks, fam.
Yes, sir.
See you all next week.
All right, guys. Fuliginous. Try to use that in a sentence. This week, challenge yourself. Try to, use those big words around your family and your friends and see how they do, all right? And they be like, what did you say? What is that? Just try to dare to be different. Fuliginous is our word of the day, all right? Our stash stock party is Nike. You have 3 hours, 44 minutes, and 43 seconds to get your piece of stash stock. It's absolutely free. It costs you nothing. All you have to do is go to stash.com/party, and you just log in. If you would like to get $20, you get 20 when you use my code that's in the description of this YouTube description. But if not, you're more than welcome to just create your own account and make it happen from there. But tonight's product offering is Nike. You don't get a whole stock, you get a piece of incremental stock, okay? So it's a 0.1, a 0.75, something like that. You don't get the whole stock. So it depends on how many people choose to take advantage of this product offering who are actually registered with Stash, okay? So every Wednesday, they do a Stash stock party, and we invite you to take advantage of actually owning a piece of stock. Yeah, that's it. All right. Shout out to Lisa Maria. She's in the building. Thank you for joining us. And Sheila Baker, she was over there giving some, she was definitely giving out some helpful hints on how to use the word fuliginous. So definitely thank you for that. And shout out to Awesome Wood Things that's here as well. All right. So let's go ahead and start our show. And let's see how we're doing. Last week, that's right. Last week, we discussed not last week, a couple weeks ago, we were discussing T-Mobile. And we were saying that T-Mobile was going to force everybody to force themselves into this new plan that they wanted us to have, right? And then we were like, hold up, we didn't ask you to switch our plans. How dare you go out and, I was giving people a warning, and there was a lot of people that was on Reddit. There was people that were in blogs. There were people that were on YouTube just trying to get as much information as they possibly could when it came to getting this information, right? And we were just trying to say, hey, how do we make this work? How do we prevent ourselves from, being forced into a forced migration? Well, they got so much feedback that they decided that they're going to switch it up a little bit. And what I mean by that is the backlash of what I mean by that is the backlash forces T-Mobile to cancel automatic migrations for pricier plans. So the backlash forces T-Mobile to cancel automation migrations to pricier plans. They were like, we're going to cancel all of this because we don't want, it's like, do you want to force us to make the jump, or do you want to lose customers? You make up your mind. Choose wisely. And they're saying that T-Mobile just pretty much scrapped the plan, automatically switching users to a newer, more expensive package after hearing loads of criticism from customers. The plan became public knowledge 2 weeks ago with the leak of internal documents that said customers would be switched to pricier tiers starting with November billing unless they contacted T-Mobile to opt out. Now, the document showed that T-Mobile customer service reps were trained to tell users who complained We are not raising the price of any of our plans. We are just moving you to a newer plan with more benefits at a different cost. But they had an earnings call, and the CEO was like, hey, this is no longer happening because the feedback from angry subscribers showed it. It isn't something that our customers are going to love. Now, they're saying that the CEO said that the claim leak was largely inaccurate and caused a lot of confusion for our customers. Now, they're saying T-Mobile's public relations department previously confirmed the plan that this is what they were going to do. And they said, we have identified customers we think will benefit from the additional features to our newer plan options. And they're also saying that we are communicating to those customers our plans to move them to those newer plans and are sharing the benefits that come with the plan, the per line price impact, and when the change will take place. The customers will have the choice of moving to the new plan, another available rate plan at T-Mobile, or in this case, just flat out opting out and remaining on their current plan. So T-Mobile was saying, hey, this didn't work. Y'all weren't feeling us, and we're going to fix it. Now, they're saying that in these leaked documents, at least some customers would be switched over to a newer plan if they were on any of the following packages offered in previous years. So this is before the migration of Sprint, right? So before they merge with Sprint, if you were on the Simple Choice, the Select Choice, Magenta 55, the One Plan, and the Simple Choice Business, they were going to migrate you over. Now, they're saying in the statement that not all customers would be affected, but did not say how many people would have their plans change. And then they're also saying that the CEO said he wanted to point out that this was inaccurate. All right. So that's what he's saying. Now, I don't know if he thinks it was really inaccurate. I think it was just he got so much backlash that people weren't feeling it. And it was like, all right, we're going to backtrack on this. Right. So they said we tend to do tests and pilots of things quite a bit to try to figure out what's the right answer. In this case, we had a test sale to try to understand customer interest and acceptance of migrating off old legacy rate plans to something that's higher value for them and for us. And we had planned to test and did some training around that. And then it leaked. And it leaked as if it was a broad national thing, and it kind of wasn't. Now, this is what the CEO is saying. These are his quotes. Now, they're also saying that we did get plenty of feedback thanks to the erroneous context of the leak. And I think we've learned that the particular test sale isn't something that our customers are going to love. Now, exactly none of the plan changes have rolled out. So they're saying none of the plan changes have rolled out. We had planned it, and we had planned it as a test sale, and then we aren't doing it because I think we've got plenty of feedback. Now, despite canceling this test, there may be other similar ones in the future. And this is what their marketing president of T-Mobile is saying. And he says, I would expect to see more of those kind of tests from us because it's been a consistent practice throughout the entire Un-carrier journey so that we get it right for the experience for our customers. As always, T-Mobile wants to increase the amount of people pay as measured by the average revenue per user, which boosts profits even when overall customer numbers aren't increasing. Now, this is what he's saying in the fine print. All right. Now, I don't know if you believe that, but I don't believe it. Not a word that they're saying. I think that they just really tried to sneak one in on a lot of us. Now, this is just my personal opinion. My views and my thoughts are just those of the Lab Tech Show. But you saw it in the fine print a couple of weeks ago. And we're here talking about it today, saying that they got a lot of backlash. And I don't think that people who were on those plans were happy. And I don't think anybody would be happy that their plan is going up and they did not make any changes. Now, do I think that they're going to try and sneak another one in? Yeah, I do think that they will. Because if you're willing to do this today, who's to say that you're not going to try and do it at a later time and date? Now, these are the views of Tallboy and the Lab Tech Show. I may be wrong and they may not do this, but they did say we plan on testing again sometime in the future. And this was an inaccurate plan. Now, I'm pretty sure they're going to find a way to put it in a clause or maybe try to find a way and say, if you want to upgrade, you must go to this plan. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we have to figure out other options of what we plan on doing. Now, I'm just reporting the news. I threw in a small piece of my opinion, but you can make your own opinion. And with that being said, did T-Mobile do right by the customers? 1, yes, don't touch my plan without my permission. 2, no, they did not do right by us. This is just a temporary fix. Or if it were up to me, I would fire upper management. 4, maybe they will hear us and really don't touch our plans. Or 5, who cares? I'm exploring my options to switch carriers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You let me know what you think. Did T-Mobile get it right? Or do you think this might be the start of people pulling out of T-Mobile? Let me know in the comments. What do you honestly think about this? Now, I think it's messed up because at the end of the day, you know, like I said, we weren't expecting this. And I mean, what can you really do? You know, you tried us. You really did try us. And I mean, if it wasn't for people who are on Reddit, and if it wasn't for people who, you know, who pay attention to their bill and they just started complaining about it and they wrote about it, that's how we were all able to find out. And then people who have their respective shows, they started talking about it. And then all of a sudden it was like they got an influx of calls and they weren't really prepared for it. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think? The comments are coming in saying if it were up to me, I would fire upper management. Hey, I understand. I mean, like I said, this is not true leadership right here. You want us. My thing is this. And I'm going to go on camera and say this. If I lock you into a plan and I tell you that this is the plan that you have, unless you want to upgrade into a new plan, and I don't know why you would if you have a better service, right? You have a grandfathered in service and you're locked into this rate. Why would you want to go to a new plan and pay more money? I mean, unless you're getting some new perks that may say, hey, you get some streaming services, you may get something free like a gift card or something like that. And then to transition you into a newer plan, I could possibly see that if you're interested. But somebody who wants to know that their bill is the same, we're already complaining about streaming services. Why would I want to do that? I don't know. All right, so the comments are coming in. Don't touch my plan without my permission, or if it were up to me, I would fire upper management. Awesome Wood. I love Awesome Wood Things comment. Blah, blah, blah. We got caught and we'll learn from this and do a better job at tricking you in the future. That's what Awesome Wood Things says. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you got caught red-handed. And frankly, that sounds like the corporate double speak, cover your butt speak. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. And it sucks that you know, you got caught red-handed, right? I hate that you got caught red-handed, but my thing is you shouldn't be doing sneaky practices anyway. Be straight up with us. We trusted you. We believed in you when nobody else believed in you. You offered us a great deal. Now we're out here saying, well, let's look at some other ulteriors, other alternatives. That's what we're looking at. And it's sad because there's going to be some people that's going to be like, I'm leaving. And you did it to yourself. I don't know. But you guys have spoke. Yes, don't touch my plan without my permission. Or if it were up to me, I would fire upper management. And sometimes you just need a lesson You need to learn your lesson somehow. And sometimes it may cost you losing your job or you being reprimanded or a board of directors ousting you. I would. You got to go, buddy. All right, our next article for the evening is, let's see, what do we have here? Our next article is, I think you guys might like this one here. Let's see. Well, you may not. I don't know. DoorDash, that's right. They're now warning you that your food might get cold if you don't tip. So, do you even order? I guess the question that I have is, do you even order from these through Uber Eats, DoorDash, or any of these other ordering services? Like, do you even do that? Like, my thing is, I get up and go get my own food. But do you even do that? Well, check this out. They're saying orders without tips included ahead of time look less lucrative to drivers, meaning you might have to wait longer. And DoorDash is putting you on notice and saying, yeah, you're going to have to wait, whether you like it or not. All right. So if you don't tip, you're going to have to wait. And they said that they now have added a pop-up in its app this week warning customers that orders with no tip might take longer to get delivered. Upon seeing the prompt in a since deleted tweet on X, which is now Twitter, they said that it has been confirmed that if you enter a $0 in the tip amount in the DoorDash app while placing an order, an alert appears with the below warning prompting you to add a tip or continue without a tip. And it says right there can you see that? I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says orders with no tip might take longer to get delivered. Are you sure you want to continue? Dashers can pick and choose which orders they want to do. Orders that take longer to be accepted by Dashers tend to result in slower delivery. You don't tip, you don't get your food in a timely manner. All right. The move appears to be an effort by DoorDash to show customers that drivers are likely going to prioritize more profitable work, according to their spokesperson. And it's something that we're currently testing to help create the best possible experience for all members of our community. If they don't see a tip, they may choose not to take a job. It appears the pilot is not live in every area. And they said that the DoorDash spokesperson said every day Dashers go the extra mile to help connect consumers with the best of their local communities. That's why we encourage customers to show their appreciation by tipping. And as independent contractors, Dashers have full freedom to accept or reject offers based on what they view as valuable and rewarding. While the vast majority of customers do leave a tip, offers that don't include a tip can be seen as less desirable, and this impacts our entire community, leading to longer wait times for customers, orders sitting longer at merchants, and less value for Dashers. This reminder screen is something that we're currently testing to help create the best possible experience for all members of our community. As with anything we pilot, we look forward to closely analyzing the results and the feedback. Let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think that this is good or not? Now, they're saying that the driver preference for pre-tipped orders may be linked to DoorDash somewhat in a convoluted courier payment method, which was reworked following revelations that DoorDash was not giving drivers the full amount of consumer tips. So that was what they were doing back in the day. And they were saying in 2019, they restructured, which is DoorDash, its payment system to drop the controversial tip wage method and pay a base rate with 100% of tips going to the drivers. The knock-on effect of this, however, makes orders without tips less appealing to drivers. That's what they're saying in the fine print. So the question is, if you don't tip them, like, what if you don't want to tip them through the app? What if I want to just give you cash and then you don't have to worry about getting taxed on it at a later time and date? That's my thought process. And they were saying that the way the DoorDash payment structure previously worked was that if a driver got a guaranteed base rate of $6.85 for an order, but the customer was tipped $3, the driver would still get a $6.85. Now it seems that an order without a tip will show at the base rate, which DoorDash says ranges from $2 to $10, depending on the estimated time, the distance, and the desirability of the order. Now, the difference is that the driver gets to keep all of any given tip, but without knowing they are getting one. You can see why they picked the $6 order as opposed to the $2 order, and the hope that the customer plans to tip. That's what they're saying in the fine print. So if you tip, they see what the tip amount is, and then they're willing to say, I'll take advantage of this. My question to you is, what do you think of DoorDash's warning? Well, 1, at least I know. 2, I believe if I receive service, I should tip. 3, I hear them. I will just wait. I tip the way I want to tip. 4, I may have to reduce my online ordering requests. Or 5, the drivers are only blocking their blessings. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Which one do you think is the appropriate way of how you feel? Are you intimidated by DoorDash's warning of saying if you don't pay or if you don't tip, then you're going to have to wait? Or do you just say, I'll just get in line and I'll tip every time I order something? Me personally, like I said, I'd rather just go get my food, but this is for somebody who actually likes to use the service. And if you like to use the service, do you tip every single time? Is it based off of the speed of the order? Do you like to give cash? Like, how do you view it? Let me see. What are the comments saying? My daughter stopped using DoorDash because the food was cold or half of the food was missing. Wow, that's brutal right there. Let's see. If you pay for delivery, why doesn't that cover the tip? Yeah, well, that makes sense. I don't know if you guys seen the recent prices just for the delivery. That money goes to DoorDash. Yep, I agree with you. They're saying that it doesn't. That's what they're saying. Hit the spot. 10:06. Don't they charge for delivery? No, they charge you a delivery fee. So if you go to McDonald's, let's just say the Big Mac is $5. But if you order on DoorDash, they're going to charge you $8 for that. But that's DoorDash's delivery. That's their fee. But then the driver wants you to give them a fee on top of that. So that's how that works, if I'm correct. And if anybody who does DoorDash, if I'm wrong, please let us know in the comments how it actually works. So you go to McDonald's, it's $5 for the Big Mac. But then if you go on DoorDash and order, it's a little bit more. And then on top of, now that's DoorDash's fee for them to be able to link McDonald's with DoorDash to get it to you. But then the driver is saying, hey, I'm driving as an independent contractor. I need you to give me a tip. Now, DoorDash is saying, well, if it's $8 for this Big Mac, we're going to give you, we know it costs $5 because McDonald's want their $5. We're going to charge you $3. So we're getting $1 we're getting $2 and we're going to give you $1. So now they want that tip. That's the way I see it. Now, I may be wrong in how I'm saying this, but I want to share that information with you. Let me see. I'm old school. I usually cook. I'm not mad at it. I'm with you, tall boy. Go get it yourself. Go get it yourself. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, like, I don't need any special services. I mean, I get it. If I'm in a rush, I can understand. Or if I'm working, I can understand, me possibly ordering. But no, I'm just going to go get it myself. Looks like the majority of you guys says, I believe if I receive service, I should tip. And then the other portion of you guys say the drivers are only blocking their blessings. Hey, I get it. If you don't like it, it's a tough situation because, like I said, it's truly a tough situation because you really want to see them win, right? You really want your people to win. You really want them to get the opportunity to do what they do best, and you just really want to just genuinely want everybody to walk away. Let the company make their money, but then also at the same token, you want the drivers to feel validated for getting out there and driving in the cold or in the rain or in the hot weather, and you're just sitting in the comfort of your home. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a tough situation. So, but the warning is out there. You've been warned. You've been put on notice saying that if you don't tip, this is what they're going to probably do to you moving forward. All right. Let's see. What do we have here? We have, that didn't work the way I wanted it. There we go. Hey, everybody. It is the Lab Tech Show. Do they need help with their homework? Do they need help with the homework? That's the biggest question. Am I doing this right? Yeah, there it is. Do they need help with their homework? And do you say, well, how do you help your kids with homework when they're struggling? Well, there's a solution or a potential solution that you might be interested in. And what I mean by that is Google search. Now, we've discussed Google search and we've discussed Google Lens before. And with that being said, Google search is saying we will help the kids with their homework, especially when it comes to math. And they have a new update in Google search, and they're saying that all you have to do is upload a picture, and with your math homework, it will literally show you how they came up with the answer. And there it is. Okay. It's saying Google search can help you with your math homework thanks to a new update. And they're saying type in or upload a picture that's a tricky calculus equation, and they got it. So Google is updating its search engine and Lens tool with a new feature to help students visualize and solve tricky math questions. All right. So if you go to Google, like if you open up on your phone or on your tablet and you open up Google, if on the top right-hand side, you should see like a little lens or a little square box right next to it. And that's the lens. If you take a picture of whatever that math problem is, they're saying that they're not talking about basic arithmetic. They said that the upgraded Google search can now tackle more complex forms of math like calculus and trigonometry. And they're also saying that all you have to do is type in the equation or the integral into the text bar, and all you have to do is type in the equation or integral into the text bar at the top, or take a picture of your homework with Lens, and you'll see a series of step-by-step instructions explaining how to solve it with the answer at the bottom. They're saying geometry is also supported with the company recommending people to use Google Lens to solve those since they can have diagrams. Let me rewind all of that. Geometry is also supported with the company recommending people to use Google Lens to solve those since they can have diagrams. You won't be able to draw shapes into the search bar, so uploading a photo of the equation is your best bet. Now, look, I don't know nothing about no trigonometry or calculus. That's not tall boy. But if you happen to know somebody that's on that level, by all means, this article is really for you. It's not for me, but I'm just putting it out there to say, hey, parents, this is a good way. If you know somebody that's doing trigonometry or calculus or geometry, this is a good way for you to help them with their homework. And I'm not saying necessarily give them the answers, but at least they can see how they got to that part. And then now you can test them and quiz them. So then when they get back to school, then they will at least understand the processes. All right. That's all I'm saying. So this is above my pay grade. That's all I'm saying. All right. Also, the article says, and this is what I'm talking about here. You upload that photo. I think it went a little too far down. You upload the photo and it will literally break it down and it'll show you how it got to the equation. And then if you understand, or as the teacher is explaining it throughout the week, and then you get home and you're trying to figure it out at home, it's now showing you the process of how they came up with the answer to the test. So this is for people who have kids, or the kids, you may know somebody that's in college that might probably appreciate something like this. You can refer them to Google Lens as opposed to going out and going to get a tutor. They're saying additionally, you can type in word problems for physics questions. Google search will highlight the known and unknown values and then show you the correct formula to use for that particular equation. Now they're saying, for example, if you need to find out the average acceleration of a cyclist going down a hill, it'll tell you the specific kinetic formula needed. That's a lot. And then they're also saying that the math update is currently live on desktop and the mobile app. So you can use this on your laptop and you can also use this on your phone. All right. And this is what they're saying on that formula right there. They're saying how to solve with a cyclist accelerated going down a hill, 22 in a speed of 37 in 2 seconds. What is the average acceleration? That's what they're saying. This is above my pay grade. You guys see it in the fine print. I'm breaking it down for you. All right. They're also saying that Google states that you can type the phrase math solver in the search bar to try out their new experience on that desktop. However, when we did, nothing popped up. It's possible that this could be referring to a future expansion, but we're not sure. So either way, feel free to directly type in the math problem in the search bar. You don't need to bring anything else up. All right, that's what they're saying. Also, they're saying that advancements in science alongside with the mathematics, Google is rolling out an interactive 3D models for certain fields of science such as physics, biology, and chemistry. So if you need help in science and math, Google search might be your new go-to solution. All right. The diagrams will let you zoom into an object as well as provided definitions of what you're looking at. And at the time of this writing, they're saying it does not appear to be across globally. Now, they're saying that we saw interactive 3D models for basic concepts like individual parts of a cell and periodic elements, but nothing for specific types of cells or molecules. You can look up a model for an oxygen atom, but not for a carbon dioxide molecule, for instance. Now, they said, what's more, nothing had a definition and it was just a model. Now they're asking, or they reached out to Google asking if the patch is seeing a global release or will it only be available in a few countries like the United States, and we'll update this story as they get more information. All right. So this is a lot of information, but if you know somebody that's in trigonometry, calculus, or geometry, or even possibly science, the question is really, is this a good thing, or do you need more information on it, or how does this really work? I mean, right now, all I can really tell you is there's a Google search lens that's on your phone, and all you have to do is take a picture of the problem, and it will give you the answer with the steps, okay? And if you want to go into science, it's a little bit more complex, but I'm pretty sure by the end of the year, they will probably have advanced it. So my question to you is, what do you think of Google search helping with homework? 1, yes, I like this. I need to share it with family and friends. 2, no, it's easier for the kids to cheat. Why are we helping them? 3, calculus, trigonometry. That's above my pay grade. 4, at least, or I can at least pretend I'm knowledgeable helping my kids. Or 5, I'm glad I don't have, I can't even get it out right. 5, I'm glad I don't have kids. Good luck to those who do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of Google search helping with homework? Yeah, that is a lot. It's a big tongue twister. It's a whole lot. That's all I can really tell you. Kids, good luck. I don't even know how I made it through math. Shout out to Mr. Polanski at Everett High School. He helped me get through. That's all I can say. Shout out to that man right there. Let's see. What is you guys are saying? I'm glad I don't have kids. Good luck to those who do. That's where we're at. This is where we're at these days. It's hard, man. This stuff is not easy. Just giving you a heads up. This stuff is not easy. So I salute these folks that do it. Comments are coming in, and it looks like we got a tie with, yes, I like this. I need to share this with family and friends. And the kids are already cheating, so why do we need to help them? We had to figure it out. Did you not have to figure it out when you guys were younger? Like, so why is Google Lens saying, hey, we're going to make this easier? Now, the way I look at it is, as a parent, this is helping you because, I mean, once we graduated high school, we were like, we're not thinking about none of this no more. I know you guys were saying, I'm not thinking about this no more. I know you were. You were like, I ain't got to deal with this no more. So, that's where we're at right now. Good luck to all the kids that's got to do trigonometry, calculus, and trigonometry, calculus, and geometry. Shout out to y'all. I give y'all mad props, okay? All right, our last article for the evening is, now this is tough because I love AI, and you guys know I have been embracing it. I have been asking you guys to embrace it, but at the same token, we also have to put some type of awareness behind this because there's a good side of it, and then there's also a bad side of it, right? And what I mean by that is Google is saying that it will scrape publishers' data for AI unless it's forced not to. And what I mean by that is Google is saying, I'm going to jack your stuff. If you publish anything on the internet, I'm going to scrape it so I can teach my AI, which is Google Bard. I will scrape it, and so we can build it for our learning language model. So whether you like it or not, we're going to take it. Then this is what I mean by that. They're saying that Google wants all the content produced by the wealth of digital publishers. So if you wrote a book, if you created a course, if you created video, images, you took photos, any of that, Google wants it. And to deal with the sticky copyright issues at the heart of AI training, Google is proposing that all those companies who don't want their content gobbled up will need to opt out to ensure Google open maw doesn't swallow all of their data. Basically, they're saying, we're taking it, whether you like it or not, and fight us for it. And it's called copyright. You can't technically do that. They're saying that the tech giant offered this raw deal to the Australian government in response to the country's recent proposal to ban high-risk AI applications, including creating deepfakes, disinformation, and discrimination. And as first reported, they're saying Google shared that publishers should have the ability to say no to whether their content is copied for the purpose of AI training. So this is what Australia is saying. We should have the right to say, no, we don't want to share our content. Now, they're saying that Google released Bard chatbot back in May. This was down in Australia, but Google Bard has been out for, I want to say about a year, maybe a year and a half. And then they're also saying that the company has been trying to entice the country into allowing it to scrape even more data. Now they're also saying that Google has already written to the Australia government over relaxing copyright laws to allow more AI training. And now it's beginning to open about establishing an AI friendly internet that allows scraping by default. Now, they're saying that the proposal would force publishers, both big and small, to educate themselves about the opt out and establish its own on their sites rather than putting the onus on Google. So they're basically telling you, you need to put it on your website that you cannot use my data for Google or OpenAI's purposes. So basically, the only way that we can learn this stuff or get the answers that we're looking for in real time is if they scrape the data and then you're looking for an answer, you're looking for a way to reword it or talk about your book and can you summarize it. The only way they can get it is if they have the actual data. And they're telling you, you need to put an opt-out clause on your website, not Google saying it's not our responsibility. You put it out there. We want to use it. Well, if you didn't get our permission, technically you can't use my stuff. I don't know how all of that works, but like I said, we're going to continue to read this article here. And they're saying that the company did not explicitly say how this opt-out function will work. And Google did not immediately respond for comment. And they're basically saying Google called for new standards and protocols about how web publishers participate in the internet. The company pointed to the 30-year-old community developed robots.txt standard, a protocol that indicates to web crawlers and bots which portions of a site they're allowed to visit. So they're saying that if you use the robots.txt protocol, it only works with nice bots that agree to comply voluntarily. If you want to do your own thing and you want to just scrape it, you can just scrape it. That's what they're saying. But the nice bots will respectfully not take your data. Now, it says it doesn't impede any company that decides not to obey the standard. And they're also saying, plus it doesn't take back any data that was already scraped without the publisher's consent. So in layman's terms, they're saying if we already got it, we're not giving it back and we're not going to not just use it. We took it. You didn't have it out there. You didn't tell us that we couldn't use it. So we're going to take it anyway. That's what this article, Google is just basically saying we're going to take big bank, take little bank. That's what they're saying. They're also saying Google has multiple large language models, including Palm 2. And they're also saying that Google Bard's chatbot was originally based on LaMDA LLM. All right. So I think it's Lambda LLM. And researchers have noted that 50% of its content comes from public forums, while a good chunk of it is scraped from Wikipedia and other websites. So basically, they just took the data and said, we jacking it, whether you like it or not, and we're going to train the model so the masses can take advantage of it. And if they need to use whatever they need, we're going to come over here and get our data from you. So that's what they're saying. Also, the article continues to say, where are we at? Okay. It says it's just not publishers that Google is looking to scrape. It's the entire internet at large. They're saying that Google updated its privacy policy, explicitly allowing the companies to use everything you post online to be used in developing its AI tools. Now, they're saying that Google was hit with a class action lawsuit claiming the company scraped up copyrighted material without consent. And they're also saying that the ChatGPT creator, OpenAI, has also been hit with multiple lawsuits. And they're saying that essentially these companies have already scraped up massive amounts of internet. They have already scraped up massive amounts of the internet to train their models. So much of the data is already based on Wikipedia entries and Reddit posts, but these models also make use of the articles, books, and other online texts. So basically, they're saying consider that the GPT-4 language model is trained on 45 terabytes of data. So there's a bounty of published material locked inside. And OpenAI has its own designs on industry-friendly regulation. And it is called for a whole new federal agency meant to oversee tech. And Google, on the other hand, has lobbied against that proposal. So they're saying whether you like it or not, we're taking this. You don't have to like it, but we're taking it. It's right there in the fine print. I want you to see it. Bring it up just a little bit. There we go. See, it doesn't even want me to show it to you because they know that if you see it, it's like, how can I opt out? They're not giving you away and they're not showing you how to opt out. They're saying if you want to use it or if we want to take it, we're just going to take it. That's not cool. I don't know if I like that. Now, I do think that we need to learn, but at the same token, you got to get permission. Question that I have for you is, what do you think of Google scraping the internet for its AI endeavors? 1, this is good. I like that AI is learning so it can help me. 2, this is why we need tough regulations on AI. 3, they will get sued and have to cut a big check. 4, this is why we should not let companies get so huge. Or 5, I'm still trying to figure out what all the AI fuss is about. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of Google scraping the internet for all of its AI endeavors? Robots TXT has been around forever. It is a good faith, says Awesome Wood Things. And let's see what some of the other comments are being said. Everyone has the data. It's public. Yeah, so I'm not knocking what you're saying, Awesome Wood Things. I mean, it is public data, but you didn't ask for permission. Now, if you're citing sources and you're saying that it came from this place, I could possibly see that. No, it's not copyright. Google is not using the data as is. That's what Awesome Wood Things is saying, okay? He's also saying if you publish something publicly, it's public. What's the problem? Fair. But I mean, once again, if you publish a book and you are charging people for that book, right? Or if you're posting a video and you charge people for that video, then is it fair to say that I want to make my money off of it and you literally summarize the book for me and I'm not making money? I think that's kind of where we're at with it. Lisa says most websites are already copyrighted. But the problem with that is, Lisa, is Google, Bard, and OpenAI has literally said, we already scraped it. And unless you tell us not to scrape it, if we haven't already scraped it, we won't scrape it. But if we already scraped the internet and already got your website, then it is what it is. We're not giving it back. And we're still going to use it. That's what they're saying. There was a big lawsuit with some authors saying that, hey, we're not keen on this. We don't like this. And they're suing these AI companies. And we'll see where that will lead us to. But it's in litigation. Let me see, what else are they saying? Tallboy, this topic is making me angry. Cataloging the world's information is literally their slogan. Okay, well, that's fair. Let's see. Scraping is not breaking copyright because Google isn't republishing the data as is. That's what you're saying. You're saying they're not publishing it as is. But if I don't want you to use it, if I want you to just view it, but I don't want you to scrape it and say, now if somebody tell me about how the process of creating, yesterday was Halloween, and you created your designs for trick-or-treating or your buckets. It was for people to download for free, or you charged a fee or whatever the case may be. and you want people to come to your website. But if they go to OpenAI and say, how do they do it? And then they just take your work. I mean, you're not going to be mad at that. I'm open to the discussion, but I get it. Let's see where you guys at. This is why we need tough regulations on AI. Now, I will say this. President Biden has said that what he's going to do is he just passed some new legislation where they were trying to get a little tougher on AI, but I don't think it's really clear. I don't think it's really clear in what he signed as an executive order on Monday. But like I said, this is happening, and 25%, if not higher, of the workforce is going to be put out in the next 2 to 3 years. They're going to be trying to figure out. So my thing is, all I can say is embrace this AI. Make it work for you. You can do cover letters. You can make it write emails. You can help you write a book. It can help you do a lot of things. You just have to say, or prompt it to say, write a Facebook post that is funny, quirky, sad, inspiring, engaging, to invite people to the Lab Tech Show. You can say, write a cover letter for me. It could help you write to help you get that next job, because there's keywords that you're looking for or that companies are looking for, and maybe they can find those words and publish it for you. Because I struggle with writing, but maybe you don't. But I can go into AI and it can write the cover letter for me. And it takes all of 10 to 20 seconds for it to output the model of whatever I'm looking for, if not faster. Now, I'm not telling you how to go about doing it. I'm just saying that this is the power of AI. I'm just saying make it work for you. But what I don't like is Google is saying, hey, we're just going to scrape the internet. And even if you say, I don't want you to use my material, they can still use it. That doesn't make sense. So, I mean, quite naturally, there's going to be some class action lawsuits. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits that's going to be out there where people are going to say, hey, I don't like it, and I want my money because I did not authorize you to utilize this. So it's you, one, catching them, and then two, you have to sit and fight through court to make all of this happen. So I don't know. It's a lot. I think a lot of people have said this is why we need tough regulations on AI. I'm not mad at it. I think they'll get sued and they'll have to cut a big check. So, I mean, this might be able to help you if you create content of any form, written or video or photos. And if they utilize it with their services and you find it, you could possibly get paid. But I also think that this is why we should not let companies get so huge, because they figured, oh, well, we're big old Google and we have lawyers and you're just little old me. Oh, well. So, I mean, it's a tough situation, but I do think that there's some positive. And I also believe that there's some negative when it comes to AI. So all I can do is just put it out there and let you know what's happening. Real briefly, before we get up out of here, let me see. Did I find it? Let's see. What's up, everybody? Tall Boy here. Man, we got merch. Yeah, that's right. Tall Boy's got merch. Man, I got Revis on the phone. What's up, Revis?
What's going on?
And did you know we got everything from T-shirts, we got hats, we got stickers, mugs, tumblers, you name it. Tall Boy's got merch. You know what the website is?
Yeah, is it shop.tallboy.us?
That's right. So click the home or the browse all. That's right, home or browse all. But I recommend that you go to the browse all, and then you can see the shirts that we have. We have stuff for the Lab Tech Show. We have sayings that Tall Boy would say, from balling on a budget, or I don't have the bandwidth to deal with this right now. Let me look at this right here. We even have sizes that go up to a 5X. That's right, a 5X, and they come in multiple colors, from gray to black to beige or sand or whatever color you want to call that. Shop.tallboy.us. Now, Revis, now we do a word of the day, and you know we got mugs for you as well. Tumblers. You know we got obdurate, stubborn, ruthless. That's all obdurate. Are you obdurate sometimes, Revis?
Sometimes. Sometimes I'm even reckless.
Oh my God. And then we got implacable, stubborn, and adamant. That's another tumbler. And so why don't you come over to shop.tallboy.us. Get you a tumbler. They come in black or white. We got the t-shirts. And then we also even have the t-shirts with the word of the day. So why don't you come on over there? Everything from pillows to notebooks to coffee tumblers, you name it. Even if you like the wine in your adult beverages. And we even got coffee mugs and mouse pads. So come on over. What website one more time, Revis?
Shop.tallboy.us.
Period.
There it is, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Once again, hopefully you guys take this content, you utilize it. As a brief recap, what we discussed today was T-Mobile got backlash in regards to migrating customers over to their newer plans, that they actually scrapped it. DoorDash said, hey, you've been warned, tip our dashers or our drivers, or else you would wait to get your food a little bit longer. Also, they were saying that if you need help with math, then you can use Google Search, which allows you to use Google Lens, and you can upload a picture or take a picture of the problem, and it will show you the steps and the processes of how the problem is worked and solved. So it shows you all of that. And then hopefully in the future, it will also give science problems. And then lastly, Google is scraping publishers' data for AI, and they said they're going to continue to do it unless they're forced not to. So these are topics that may not be all as sexy as you want it to be, but it's something that you need to pay attention to because this is happening whether you like it or not. All right. So with that being said, hopefully you guys got some value out of tonight's show. Please share the show, let somebody know, or at least you're more familiar with what's going on in the tech world this week. With that being said, I'm not sure if we're going to have a show. I think I'll make a posting on Tuesday whether or not we'll have a show or not. But then we'll definitely resume in 2 weeks. So I'm not sure if we're going to have one next week, but I'll make a posting. And but outside of that, hopefully you guys got some value. I thank you guys so much for hanging out. And hopefully you got some value out of this. It is the Lab Tech Show. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And hopefully you learned something.
You already know.
Ow.
Tall boy.
I'll see y'all. Y'all be good. It's November 1st. You got 61 days before the new year.